the four nations around Europe, as of course the UEFA Nations League semi-finals rears its lovely little head. Which two teams will go through to the final? Well, I've got my predictions, and they're coming at you next. That's right, folks, back once again with a prediction video. Today we're taking a look at the UEFA Nations League semi-finals, of course, as four nations try to go the distance and win a bit of bling. That's right, of course, including current European champions Italy. They're back, of course, after missing out on the World Cup. Can they be in it to win it? We'll take a little look in just a second. If you're new, though, where you been? Smash your subscribe button back to all things Rovers related, international football related, world football, Euro Nations League. We got it all here, boys. Under one roof. Of course, the Dutchies are in it as well, giving it a chance to get themselves on some bling. Of course, they're joined by Croatia and Spain. But how does it all pan out? Well, we'll take a little look in just a second. Of course, people shout out about VIPs. They are the patrons, of course. You know who you are. But of course, let's waste no more further ado and take a little look at what I'm talking about. That's right, boys, because it is the UEFA Nations League. And we've come to nearly a closure on this bad boy with what we got 4 games left, technically, 2 semi-finals, the third place contest, and then the final itself. So who's in it? Well, that's what we're going to take a little look at right about now. But before all that, we're going to go down the long, windy road and to remind ourselves how the Nations League concluded with these 4 teams coming out on top. Let's go down to, of course, League D. This is the 4th tier, I think, or level 4. I don't know how they phrase it. But, of course, quite a few groups here. So League D, Group 1 saw Latvia coming out on top with 13 points. On goal difference, they ousted Moldova. Latvia will get promoted. Liechtenstein, of course, they can't go anywhere, but they didn't win a game. So 0 points for them. They are joined in League D, Group 2 by San Marino, also got 0 points. They got no goals as well. Liechtenstein did get 1 goal, so let's give them a little bit of credit for that. Estonia, though, too strong for this group. They will go up, promoted to League C. Kicking on forward to group, that's it, I guess. Next up is League C. Of course, it looks like 4 groups here. Remind ourselves, Turkey top bills at a Group C, Group 1, 13 points for them. Luxembourg, the forever developing Luxembourg. They ain't no chief whipping boys no more. Unfortunate to miss out on promotion to League B. They are so close. Must be a golden generation coming at you, Luxembourg. Lithuania, though, they get relegated to League D. Greece too strong as well, 15 points for them, just 1 defeat in their Group 2 from League C. Kosovo finished above Northern Ireland, who just scraped relegation to Group the next tier down. Cyprus will go down. Kazakhstan, though, they're going up from Group 3, 13 points for them. Belarus, not good enough, they'll go relegated. Georgia, not the state, that's where I am. Of course, Georgia, the country, another bit of a golden generation happening there. Gibraltar, just too shit. At the moment, they're going back down to the next tier. Bulgaria and North Macedonia staying where you were. Into Group B, see Scotland. I'll say that again. Scotland, topping Group 1 there. They'll go up to the top tier, leaving the likes of Ukraine and Ireland behind. Armenia, they're going to get relegated to the next tier down. Israel are going to join Scotland, of course, promoted. 8 points for them in a very, very weird... Oh, Russia was abandoned, that's right. Russia... I think they're on a hiding to nothing. I think they're going to be dropping like a stone. So Albania giving a free ride, free pass to stay here. League B Group 3, Bosnia too strong. Finland, Montenegro duke it out for second spot. In fact, Romania unfortunate to get relegated in a very, very tight group. Group 4 saw Serbia get promoted. Norway with the golden generation Haaland. What's his name? Odegaard, of course, Sanderberg and co. They're not just felt shy. Behind Serbia. Sweden, though, going down. That's a major, major slump for one of the powerhouses or the historically decent European nations there. But in the top bills we go now. We're seeing Croatia. They're in the semi-finals, winning Group A, or Group 1 from League A. They're top through. Denmark, unfortunately, no good. France, just finishing above Austria. Austria will get relegated into Group T2. Now Spain, too good for Portugal, who were looking to defend their Nations League title, but unfortunately they ain't going to do it. Czechia, aka the Czech Republic, they're going to get relegated. Portugal, Switzerland, England are going to go down. That's right, they're going to be in League B or whatever it is. Scotland, of course, like I said, not like I said, but like I said, getting promoted. Wow, wow, wee, wow. Germany finishing in 3rd in a very difficult group that was. This is where the Nations League is slowly but surely winning over the fans. Playing Germany twice, you're playing Italy, you're playing some really big nations, and there's some significance behind these games. You know what I mean? So Germany will still be the top bill. So will Italy. Of course, they're into the semi-finals, and they're joined by the Dutch, who ousted the Belgians. Of course, and we saw Wales relegated, leaving Poland in third spot. Well, that brings you bang up to date. Now let's take a little look at those illustrious semi-finals. We're going to kick off with this zinger chicken dinner on the 14th of June. That's right. It's going to be Netherlands up against Croatia. Of course, I don't know where these games are played, so we're going to approach it. It looks like it's going to be in Holland, so we'll see. It looks like the Kip will be the venue on the 14th of June. The Dutch against Croatia. Louis van Gaal against Lato Dalic, of course, trying to get them hands on some bling. Of course, one of these two nations will be in the final. Of course, the Netherlands coming to us on 58% form for them right now, losing twice in the last 6. Of course, the Croatians coming to us on 75% form for them, just one defeat of the past 6. Heading into this, winning 4 of the last 6. Of course, played each other twice since 1998, one with a piece. Could not be tighter. These two sides. The biggest win, the only win for the Dutch. 3-0 win. The biggest win the other way was a 2-1 win. Twice they played. 4 goals the Dutch have scored against Croatia over the course of those 2 games. Works out about 2 goals a game. The Croatians just 2 goals scored over the course of those 2 games, averaging on 1 goal a match against the Dutch. The Dutch, though, haven't lost any of the last 16 home games, whereas Croatia have lost none of the last 9 away matches. Something has to give. The last time I played each other, there was a 3-0 win for the Dutch. It was a friendly way back in February 2008. Croatia's one and only win was back in July, back in 1998. Of course, the World Cup knockout stage. The Dutch coming to us on the back of that 3-0 win over Gibraltar. Of course, Croatia with a big 2-0 win over Turkey. Both of those games back in March 2023. Of course, looking ahead, of course, the European qualifiers will resume. The Dutch and the Croatians don't know if they're going to be involved in any of those over the courses of June and July. So they'll get their campaign back on track in September. Quick look at the odds then, shall we? 2019 on. The Dutch are favoured here. 13-5 is your away win, and 12-5 is, of course, the draw, which, of course, will drag out to penalties. And I'll tell you right here, right now, Croatia are 7-2 to lift the trophy. The Dutch are currently favoured at 2-1 on this one. Do I have an odds prediction on this one? I do. I'm going with a 2-1 win for the Dutch on this one. I'm back in the orange for this one. I just think right now, I think there's too much. The Croatians are going through a bit of a transitional period. They'll still have some creative players who are very old now. We saw that in the World Cup, but we also saw the rise of some of the Dutch players that are going to try and drag this country, classic country as well, to another level. So the Dutch, for me, in my eyes, will go through to the final. Who will join them? And this one, a tasty one as well. Spain up against Italy there. So I'm coming at you on the 15th of June. The Grootfesta Stadium, that's in Twente, I believe. So it looks like the whole tournament taking place in Holland. Played each other 19 times since 1934. 7 wins for Spain, 6 wins for Italy, 6 draws, of course. Spain coming at you with 1 win in 5, though. 42% form for them. Of course, the Italians winning 4 of the last 6. 67% form for them heading into this as well. The biggest win for Spain over Italy was a 4-0 win. In fact, they scored 32 goals against Italy over the course of those 19 games. Works out around about 1.68 goals a game against the Italians. Speaking of the Italians, the biggest win over Spain, 8-goal thriller, 5-3 it was in the end. And they've only scored 27 goals over Spain in those 19 games. Works out around about 1.42 goals a game. Heading into this. Of course, last time I played each other was in the UEFA Nations League finals way back in 2021. It was a 2-1 win for Spain, it was. Wow. Italy's last win was in the European Championships knockout stage, 4-2 win for Italy over penalties. So they've been there, seen it and done it, these two teams, or these two nations, of course, playing against each other quite consistently, pretty much 20 times over the last 100 years. But anyway, heading into Italy's last match, a 2-0 win over Malta. That was, of course, in the European qualifying phase. They want to be there to defend their title. Spain's last match was the 2-0 loss against my other half, of course, Scotland. When I say my other half, my dad's Scottish, so yeah, claiming that as a victory for me. Of course, they'll be playing their next game. After this game will be that 3rd, 4th playoff. So we'll see. The odds on here, 5-4 is your Spain, 12-5 is your Italy, 21-10 is your draw. So it looks like I think Spain just about shading it. 3-1 it is Italy to lift the trophy. 5-2 to go the distance. We will be back to predict the final, but who is going to be in that final? But for me, I'm going to go with Italy on this one with a cheeky 1-0 win. Just a goal. They like to do it the sneaky, easy way. And of course, they've been in the shadows of the other European nations. All three of these other European nations, of course, from their World Cup exploits. Italy are going to come out of this thinking or reminding the world, the rest of the world football, that hey, we are a contender for the next championships, whether it be the European Championships or the next World Cup. But of course, they're going to start it right here, right now, by having a crack at the Nations League. We'll talk about the final, of course, whenever that comes around. But until then, that's my picks on it, guys. What do you think? Let me know your predictions down below. I'll feature the best ones next time around for the final. See who got it right, see who got it wrong, of course. But I'm looking forward to this one. And I'm trying to think if I can get watch-along scheduled this week. It's going to be quite tight. We shall see. But anyway, that's all I've got for you. Until then, subscribe, thumbs up, hit the little bell, guys and girls. Lots of content coming at you right here. We are building up a set behind me, a real live set. We're trying to get some new faces to the channel, new content, new graphics, new stuff like that as we plan for 2023, 2024. But until then, subscribe, thumbs up for non-stop content all the way through to, of course, the start of the new campaign. Until that, I'm out.